Hello everyone! Today I wanted to talk to you all about the plant-based whole foods diet. So once I decided that I was going to be following a vegan lifestyle, the next step for me was learning about how I can do this in a way that would be healthy for me. So that's when I learned about the plant-based whole foods diet. A lot of the information that I'm sharing with you today is coming from a summit I attended called the Food Revolution Summit, in which many doctors and researchers in the field of nutrition shared their experiences about how we can use food to take better care of our health. A lot of the research is suggesting that following a plant-based whole foods diet is a really healthy way of eating and has the ability to prevent and even reverse chronic illnesses. So let's get into it. What is this plant-based whole foods diet? And how do we maintain a healthy plant-based diet? And why should we even consider eating this way?
Let's start with what is a plant-based whole foods diet. A plant-based whole foods diet is one in which you include minimally processed foods, emphasize fresh whole ingredients, avoid or limit animal products, and avoid refined foods such as sugar and oil. This way of eating is less of a diet and more of a lifestyle of choosing to eat as fresh and unprocessed as possible by including things like legumes, beans, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and whole grains.
Unlike the standard American diet, in which a majority of our calories is achieved through eating meat products, this way of eating aims to achieve our calories through eating a wide variety of nutrient-rich foods.
And such a variety is beneficial for our heart health, brain health, gut health, immune system, and a great way for preventing chronic illnesses.
So you want to remember that for good health, we want to get nutritional variety and get different types of fibers and blends of amino acids from our food. And this can be easily done by adopting a plant-based diet because they are naturally full of variety. So if you're eating nutrient-rich food, you're getting all the micronutrients, the phytochemicals, and the antioxidants that your body needs, all in less amount of calories compared to the standard American diet. So your body feels nourished and satisfied without overeating. So how do we do this? How do we maintain a healthy plant-based diet? The recommendation is that when you're building your meal, you want to construct your plate in such a way that half of your plate would be fruits and vegetables, a quarter of your plate would be protein-rich foods, and the other quarter of your plates would be whole grains. So let's talk about some examples of foods that would fall under each of these categories.
In protein-rich foods, you want to include things like legumes, lentils, and beans. One particular bean to focus on is soybean, and having soybean in its natural form through edamame or tempeh, and also through other forms like tofu and soy milk.
These soybean products have been studied to have protection against hormonal cancers. The consumption of these products gives you stronger bones and muscles, adequate protein on a vegan diet, increases protein bioavailability and absorption, and promotes estrogen receptors on bones so that it helps keep bones stronger in postmenopausal women while also decreasing your chances of breast cancer. Soybean products are also a complete source of protein, which means they have all the 9 essential amino acids that your body needs. Beans in general are also a great source of iron, magnesium, calcium, and folate.
You should also include some nuts and seeds, such as almonds, cashews, and walnuts, and seeds like flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds, which are rich in protein, healthy fats, and minerals such as magnesium, potassium, calcium, iron, and zinc. In vegetables and fruits, you want to include things like dark leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, mushrooms, colorful berries, and an assortment of fruits and vegetables.
A study done by Harvard analyzed the food groups, and greens turned out to be the ones associated with the strongest protection against every major disease that they looked at. For example, every additional serving of greens decreased the chances of heart attacks and strokes by 20%.
Green cruciferous vegetables like arugula, broccoli, bok choy have the most power protecting against breast cancer.
They help slow down and even reverse aging, as visibly seen through improved hair and improved skin. They're also full of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals like vitamin A, vitamin K, and vitamin C.
Mushrooms are the strongest anti-angiogenic foods, which means they inhibit cancerous cells from ever developing into cancer.
They are also a food that helps with the concept of hormonal favorability by controlling excessive hormones. So they manage excess insulin and excess estrogens. Mushrooms are also full of micronutrients, so they're a really good source of copper, potassium, phosphorus, and iron.
Colorful berries, especially ones that are purple and blue, are extremely healthy for our brain, showing the ability to reverse aging and help prevent Alzheimer's and dementia. In grains, we want to choose whole grains that are minimally processed. So for example, choosing brown rice over white rice, whole wheat bread over white bread, and whole wheat pastas. You can also incorporate oats and pseudo grains like quinoa, which is a complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids.
Nutritionally, refined grains cannot measure up to whole grains because so much of the nutrition has been stripped off of them. They also cause a large spike and drop in our blood sugar immediately after having them. So when we're following a plant-based whole foods diet, we opt for whole grains to give us as much nutrition as possible. A common question is whether you will be able to get all your nutrition through a plant-based diet. And the answer is, aside from vitamin B12, you'll be able to get your nutrition from a properly planned plant-based diet. And B12 is not really an issue because it can either be supplemented or achieved through eating products that have been fortified with B12 like plant-based milk or nutritional yeast. As a side note, many of the animals on factory farms are now supplemented with vitamin B12. So rather than consuming animal products that have been supplemented with B12, why not supplement yourself and enjoy all the benefits of adopting a plant-based whole foods diet? So now let's talk about why we might choose to eat this way. There are so many benefits of following a plant-based whole foods diet. Aside from the health benefits, this way of eating is much less draining on the environment and avoids the suffering of animals. From a health perspective, this way of eating is very healthy for you and is the optimal diet for avoiding long-term chronic illnesses. By choosing to eat a high-fiber and nutrient-rich diet that avoids processed foods and animal products, you are helping to keep your heart healthy, prevent type 2 diabetes, help you lose weight, reduce your risk of cancer, improve your cholesterol, keep your brain stronger, and minimize your risk of stroke. For me personally, I'm still learning to eat this way, and I'm definitely not an expert. But even with the changes that I've made so far, like cutting out animal products and cutting out refined grains and sugars as much as I possibly can, I noticed a great increase in my energy levels. I also noticed improved skin and hair and just an overall better mood, feeling fresher and lighter and cleaner somehow. But please remember that every individual is unique, so if you do try this and you feel that something is not quite right, talk to your doctors and see if you can make it a better fit for you. So I hope this video gave you an overview about what the plant-based whole foods diet is and maybe encourage you to try to follow more meals that follow this lifestyle. If you're interested in transitioning but not quite sure where to start, one way of transitioning is by taking existing meals that you're eating and seeing how the ingredients could be changed to follow more plant-based whole foods ingredients. So for example, a common meal I used to eat was a lamb curry paired with white rice. And one way that I transitioned this was changing it to a mushroom curry paired with either brown rice or whole wheat naan and pairing it with a salad with an assortment of veggies and beans. Another way you can transition is by doing it one meal at a time. So just start with breakfast dishes and see if you can change your egg to a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh fruit or a tofu scramble paired with whole wheat bread and a fruit smoothie. For me, the more I started changing and I got used to the change, I just felt more and more excited to see how I can keep changing my meals to become healthier and healthier for me. Remind yourself that your health is a priority, and our health isn't something that we should think about fixing when something goes wrong, but rather that we need to be kind to ourselves and try to feed ourselves in a way that our body feels nourished. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you learned a little bit more about the plant-based whole foods diet, and I would love to hear back from you. Comment down below and let me know what meals you've tried that follow plant-based whole foods method. Wishing you a life of healthy eating where our food serves our body. Thank you. Bye!